straight to the point here. NNormal Cadí, first run uncut. What does that mean exactly? I've had a lot of questions about this shoe in the past. Finally, after kind of a lot of back and forth, been able to secure a test pair here, so really been looking forward to getting out in this one. So I'm planning to film completely in sequence here today. No extraneous clips anytime I'm filming, in the interest of saving editing time and getting this video and information out here on this newest training shoe from NNormal. Another reason for this is the air quality here in Boise has been horrendous for the past week or so. All the wildfires you've perhaps been hearing about floating over from Oregon, coming straight into Boise. I don't know if you can tell, but it is quite smoky out here today. AQI was 164 when I left the house here early evening. It's also about 90 degrees. Not completely terrible, but really not great. I have not run outside since being over in Sun Valley on Saturday. It is now Wednesday evening. I'm trying to start getting going on my Wednesday workouts. That's been my normal day. I did an indoor treadmill run earlier with the On Cloud Boom Strike 2. I was planning to film a little bit of that workout if it was outdoors, but I don't want to do that kind of review thing inside on the treadmill. Too loud, too bouncy, too crazy with all the treadmill noise. So keep an eye out for that review in the near future. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the difficulties I've been having the past week or so, or at least past half a week since I've been back here in Boise with the smoke situation. But let's come back to this Cadí here. I was super excited to get running in this one because it just fits like a glove. As soon as I pulled it out of the box, the comfort fit of this shoe is just incredible. There's just comfort padding throughout the interior, has a nice soft and plush feel all around the heel and ankle area, collar area that can typically be a little rigid in other types of shoes. Nothing like that here. Also, beautiful rounded, almost foot-shaped toe box up front. Plenty of space here. Just love the feel of it. It also has just a really nice contour under the arch area. I feel completely well supported underfoot. One of the reasons why I had that kind of amazing step-in feel. Just gives you a great feeling the first time you try it on. There's also notably an eTPU insole in there. That was quite a bit unexpected. Obviously the Kjerag model has no insole at all, and I haven't run in the Tomir since version 1, and I don't exactly remember which type of insole was in there. I could tell by this empty parking lot here in the early evening that people are staying away due to the smoke. I'm not feeling it too bad, but it is slightly noticeable in my throat. One of the reasons why I don't want to be breathing too heavy out here. Definitely did not want to do that speed workout outdoors. But I think at 164, as long as I keep it easy, which is kind of probably the sweet spot for this shoe, pretty much okay. You can probably see the smoke up there obscuring the upper foothills and the ridge. New sign here from the recent Claremont fire that I talked about in the previous Vercors video. We experienced this flash flooding definitely in recent videos, as you saw up in the Sawtooths from the Wapiti fire. Much more extreme there, but definitely have to be careful going forward around here. Main thing I want to mention, first of all, is the sizing. I've got a US 10 EU 44 here, which is a half US size up from what I am running comfortably in the Kjerag 02. I did run that Kjerag 02 in 2 of the Broken Arrow races. Had no problems at all in that US 9.5, but here, luckily I was able to demo this shoe at TrailCon and also a local event here in town, and the 10 just felt really good. Kjerag 02, of course, has the Matrix upper, so perhaps without any of those kind of interior liner or foamy levels of cushioning that you have here in the Cadí, you can go relatively half size down in that Kjerag 02. And I'm telling you, I have a 10 here, 9.5 in that model, and I wouldn't want to go up in the Kjerag, and I wouldn't want to go down here in the Cadí. It's just kind of the sizing for what these shoes are designed for. I think I'm right on point here. Quick specs here in case you're unfamiliar with the model. This is more of a training style model, obviously, than the Kjerag 02. That one's super lightweight and narrow, I might add, racer. You've got 10.7 ounces, 302 grams here. Stack is specified at 35.29, 6 mil drop. My actual measurement at the heel was 32 millimeters, so close but a little bit lower. It is 5 mil more than what I measured for the Kjerag 02. So I measured 27 for the Kjerag 02 at the heel and 32 here with this Cadí. So definitely more underfoot, more cushion, and certainly more width. Again, I will have more details in an in-depth follow-up, but ground platform here again, notably wide. 122, 80, 93. Not extreme, but certainly on the wider side. Definitely in the range of some of those more stable type trainers. It feels really smooth here, really solid on the run. Again, with that contouring that I mentioned earlier under the arch, I just feel like no gaps anywhere underneath my foot, at least for my underfoot feel and foot shape, let's say. It just feels absolutely perfect for a cruisy kind of training and distance shoe. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see what type of potential racing option this will be once I get into my further testing. Okay, quick stop here just to look at the upper. Again, more in-depth follow-up in a further video. Look at how kind of wide this shoe is. I mean, this is definitely nothing like the Kjerag model that you know of. I don't quite think you have the same sidewalls, just as I'm feeling it on the run. Again, 5 mil higher stack here, but it doesn't seem like you need the sidewalls kind of coming up on the side of your foot as you do in the Kjerag 02, being that the platform is a lot wider. But check out that forefoot, check out that toe box there, plenty wide there. I had to be careful when I was lacing these up. I think I tightened them a little bit too tight when I left the house, so I actually had to loosen them up because there's quite a lot of adjustability in here. You have to be careful with these kind of gillies set up here that you don't over tighten them because they're just comfortable out the box. Look at this width up here. Plenty wide, plenty round. Let's check. I've got not even a full thumbs width here. Again, US 10, my Kjerag is a 9.5, and I think I have about equal thumbs width here, not full. So I'm definitely not oversized going up a half size here. So I just think you may need to be a half size up in this model, which kind of is a little bit backwards. Typically in your lighter weight, more racy shoes, snugger fitting shoes, sometimes you need that little extra space if you want to have comfort in that model, not that like dialed racy fit. And then when you go up in kind of training shoes, sometimes you have to size down because they can be plenty big, but I think they're plenty spacious in terms of the toe box and foot shape here. But lengthwise, again, half size up here, which is quite interesting. Looking just quickly at the upper here, you'll notice a lot of comfort materials here that you don't have. You have the knit tongue in the Kjerag 02. This is your standard cushy comfort tongue, and it wraps well around the foot. Something kind of similar to the Kip Summit Max shoe, where this big cushy tongue wraps like way down around the side of the foot. And then these upper eyelets, they kind of come a little higher over the top of the tongue, but being that it is so kind of thick and cushy, there's no lace bite or anything at all that I could detect, at least in this first 25 minutes here. Comfort cushion all around here. The lockdown has been good so far. Initially, in this first run here, no pinch points or no discomfort anywhere at all. This is a super comfortable shoe right now. For those that have been complaining about the Kilian-esque design of the Kjerag, maybe you'll like the feel, but perhaps it's too narrow. Perhaps you're looking for that normal kind of ethos behind their shoes, and certainly the quality of construction and materials behind the brand. This could be the shoe that you've been looking for. This one is absolutely gonna hit for a wider audience compared to the Kjerag model, and I'd say even the Tomir feels a little bit firm, a little bit stiff in the upper, I found. And I think this is gonna be more of that traditional kind of trail comfort fit here, even road to trail in fact. You've got Vibram Mega Grip underfoot, but similar kind of flattish lugs, similar in style at least to what you find in the Kjerag, and that leads it to be smoother on firmer, flatter terrain, even a little bit of road as I was in my warm-up today. It's just overall going to be a smoother riding shoe in that type of mellower terrain, easy trails. And I think depending on your comfort level with the fit and the security of the shoe, to be seen as I further test the shoe again, but perhaps a little bit more ranging into moderate terrain. I think that kind of, oh, my throat here from the smoke, I think, drying out. I think the comfort level of that front of the shoe in that toe box, unless you do have very wide foot, then you'll probably feel more secure. But I think most people will find that a little bit loose compared to the fit you'd want to have in more technical terrain. But we shall see. I will say that it has been everything that I expected and everything that I hoped for, at least for this second run of the day, kind of comfort cruising out here / recovery after a workout earlier in the day. My feet feel well supported under here, smooth cruising. Just want to get the miles in, and Cadí here, ooh, doing the job. This is a comfortable shoe. So I'm gonna knock out the rest of this easy run here, then cut this up real quick. Apologies if it ended up being a little bit rough. Again, titling it Uncut first run here. So by the time you're seeing this, hopefully I'll have some more miles, or at least maybe 1 or 2 more runs in this shoe, so I can answer more questions about it. I do have so much more in the pipeline, so please like and subscribe. Actually, go to the website www.humblerunning.com, sign up for my newsletter. I'll be trying to get more articles out there, especially stuff that I have in for test, and maybe getting out there for some of these uncut first looks, because again, with the smoke situation, it may be hard to get all the miles in the time frame that I would like to, but I would at least like to be able to answer your questions about a lot of very cool shoes in the pipeline. So again, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.